All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another DC Worlds Glide video. This is Mr. Squirrel. As always, glad to have you here. So, the Halloween login has started. They are commencing the next season. Let's talk a little bit about these rewards because they're not it. Devs, I think the first thing to just say is when I logged in, I mean, our rewards, these are nice to have in general. But these rewards are not it. I think this is more of the like a lot of these rewards. So it's essentially like 250 gems, 800 nuts and bolts, 2 hours. So essentially 4 hours of titanium, 20 reinforcements, and a bride DCU. Whatchamacallit? Frame. Oh, one encrypted token. I think this is I on the Discord, this is people are not happy about this event or about this at all. And I think the thing is I'm not either. I think this is actually better. This isn't like I actually feel like you should have just not put anything here. These are so low of rewards that it's just kind of a slap in the face of like, here's your reward, now shut up. This is almost like bare minimum of what you can give. And there's also no other events. It's just kind of like, here's this 7-day event with stuff that I could probably get in about an hour of time from just AFK rewards. And again, it just kind of feels like if this was in conjunction to like this was every single day, this is a different story, right? Because then it's just like, okay, cool, like this is one of many days, right? And when we think about the 7-day login from the Constantine, I'm not saying there should always be a 7-day, but there should be something there. Like, why isn't at the end of this, instead of a frame, why isn't it maybe like 40 epic fragments? I think your model needs to be very much adjusted. And I'm not saying just give everything out for free. But this kind of just sets a bad it sets a bad precedence. This is on top of, and I'm wondering if they removed it, this issue right here. So this still has not been resolved yet. And there's an early bird recruitment offer. This is normal. But this is just a bug, and it's been sitting in the game now for over 24 hours. I've never seen something like this in any gacha game I've ever played in my life, where there is an actual bug, and it just hasn't been removed. Like a bug that it almost feels like you can spend on it, right? That's not good. I feel there have been a lot of bugs fixed, but you're not communicating those fixes. There's no notes. There's no nothing. And then I think conjunctioning on top of this doesn't feel like a good start to the next season. I think the best way I can say right now is you need to lock in a little bit more than we're locking in. We want to see changes. This is not exactly the best way to start the season out. Maybe there's going to be more stuff down the road. But this feels bare minimum right now. When in reality, it really needs to feel like lock in, and get these things done. And for your players, I mean, like, also I was just seeing, okay, we got a data download. I was like, okay, are we going to get any information on the kits? We didn't get any information on the kits. That's what I'm also going to go over in this other part of this video. We did get a little bit more information on some of the kits. I'm going to go over a little bit of what they do. This is gathered from the video, the YouTube video that they just released. But I do want to foreground before I do that, that this isn't a good start. And I mean, leave everything as is, but you really want to reward your players for playing your games, not make them feel like they're getting penny pinched. And I would imagine a lot of people are feeling a little bit like they're getting penny pinched right now. Because again, these rewards are just not it. Like, was it really that hard to give 5 encrypted tokens? Was it really that hard to give 500 gems? Was it really that hard to maybe give some more gold? Was it really why 20? That's less than anything. Like, that's like, that really is just kind of a slap in the face at some point. Like, there's no super encrypted tokens in here. You couldn't give 5 encrypted tokens, like maybe like 1 or 2 super encrypted tokens. Like, help people out a little bit. This penny pinching is what's pushing people away from this game versus bringing more people in, because you need to bring players in, and good faith is what brings people in, not penny pinching them to death. Because you're just gonna, there's a good analogy that I think the devs need to understand. It's the wind versus the sun analogy. If you want the old man to take his coat off, if you blow the wind harder, he's only going to grip his coat tighter. But if you warm up the area, the man will take off the coat. I think it's a good analogy for how this game is kind of operating right now. It's like, just more money operating now, as opposed to, hey, if you maybe want a little bit more free to play, and we're quote unquote nicer to your players, there might be more incentive to spend. That's when people spend money, especially in today's day and age when everyone feels like they're just getting penny pinched left and right by very big greedy companies. I don't think you want to be in the school of, or in the area of, we are a money grubbing company. Just food for thought. Okay, let's go over to the kit. Okay, so this was released in the official Discord. I do want to highlight what this is. Oh, there we go. What this is talking about: Swamp Thing, fear of the power of green. Fear of the power of green. So he's born of the bog, bound to protect. Swamp Thing is a legendary tactical tank, so he's a blue tank who stacks poison on enemies and gains defense and attack for each poison stack on the field. This is pretty cool. So more poison on the field, the stronger he gets. His passive scaling resistance, his passive scaling resistance against frost poison detonation makes him even more formidable. So he is strong against debuffs. His ultimate ability, the Strength of the Green, can spread poison and damage enemies, as well as healing allies if poison stacks conditions are met. Recruit him to anchor your squad and unleash his power. Okay, so hold on one second. I want to highlight something else with this. All right, so here we go. We got the video they released, the character teaser trailer. So one of the things I'm going to show you really quickly. So, I mean, here's his ult. So he poisons everyone. That's 4 stacks of poison on everyone. It's a good character model too. Dr. Poison. Let's see what she is going to poison everyone. That looked like 1 stack, but probably doing some more. And then 5 stacks on 1 character. So they're doing something here. We don't know what they're doing. So bypassing, inflicting something. Shadow Shroud, 5 stacks of poison on 1 character. So it looks like, of all of them, wow, I'm having the massive brain fart. My bad. Wow, that was woo. It looks like, what's his name? Swamp Thing is going to inflict the most stacks of poison. That was sorry guys. That was like, my brain just was like, had a moment. He's going to inflict the most stacks with 4. That might go up and down. We don't know, depending on his ult. And then we can see here that she is the Dr. Poison, the perfect poison. So she's, again, the perfect poison. So we'll go right here. She's inflicting AoE poison as well. So they're all inflicting some level of poison, right? With Cheshire inflicting 5 stacks on 1 character. What this tells me is going to be Swamp Thing is definitely inflicting the most poison, at least based on his ultimate, which is really cool. Overall, I think that's, but the thing is, his healing is going to be based on how much poison they're inflicting, like how many stacks they already have on them. Overall, his ult seems like it's the one I want to use the most, and especially at the beginning of the fight. So I'm going to probably have him as one of my first ulters. But overall, if we go back here, we can see that he's going to get stronger the more poison's out there. I think him with Penguin is going to be absolutely brutal. as tank, the frontline tanks. This just leads me to believe because Penguin's going to make your backline very strong. He's going to be such a strong frontline tank that I can see this being very problematic and hard to get through, like a very tanky team with healing and poison and all that jazz. But again, I want to come back to something. Overall, I think these characters kits look absolutely super cool. But when we compound that on top of these rewards, that does take away from some of this excitement. I don't think I'm a little nervous that we're going to go more penny pinching right now. And that's not what this game needs to be doing. Like, just truthfully, devs. We're at a point where you need to like lock in. A lot of people are feeling kind of the burn right now. And this season is going to be the make or break season for a lot of people. I'm going to be honest with you. You really need to build loyalty with your player base. And you need to like, events like this where it's just here, let's give you the most minimalistic rewards as possible it's not a good look. It does not hurt to be generous. It does not hurt to reward your players for playing your game, because when you reward a player, you make them feel like they're wanted. They will be more warm to you, So I'm just going to say this. I think, you know what? Whatever. Maybe these rewards suck because there's another 7-day reward that we're going to get with the, Swamp Thing event. Maybe. But this feels like a slap in the face. That's all I'm going to say. Again, I don't know the full story. We don't know how this is going to compound on each other, so I'm not going to judge based on I don't want to jump to conclusions, yada, yada, yada. But I do just want to say, this is what builds frustration. And again, it doesn't hurt to be generous. Be generous. Just be like, here you go. Here's 10 sets. I'm not maybe if we get a couple here and a couple in, the rewards from the Swamp Thing event, it's like, wow, you gave free 10 summon. Okay. Does that really hurt the player base? I mean, here's the thing, guys, devs, you got to remember, we need an immense amount of copies of the characters to get them ranked up. It does not hurt to give away some of them. That's all I'm saying. Especially when you got such a great IP behind you. Be a little friendly to your players. It's really not going to hurt you. In fact, I think it might help you. Okay, well, that's it for this video, folks. I hope it helps. And devs, it's okay to be generous. Okay, have a great day, folks. And as always, failing is your first step to learning.